Guess where we're going today? Again. I know. Again. Isn't it so cool?
Through the East Gate again.
Oh, it's just the East Gate?
It's the East Gate.
Oh, right, because one of them had a load of roadworks in it. Right, what's the countdown? 3, 2, 1. We're in. I'm in Disney. I'm in Disney. Yay! It's a small world after all.
5 years of that. And
It's a small world
still enjoy it.
after all. So, Elizabeth, we've been given a mission. Do you know what our mission is?
I think I do.
Do you think we're capable of eating around the world?
Oh, I'm sure we are.
Desserts?
Desserts.
Desserts around the world.
Right.
Let it begin.
We're three happy chappies with snappy surroundings.
Country 1, Mexico. Churros.
Caramel sauce.
With caramel sauce, not chocolate sauce. Interesting.
No, it's caramel.
Okay, and we're sitting here in La Cantina de San Angel.
Angel.
Looking at
Over World Showcase Lagoon.
World Showcase Lagoon, and the first of 12 desserts. Mission started. Okay, it's chewy, it's doughy, the caramel sauce actually works rather well. I like the sugar. It's not as bready as a donut. In fact, I'm trying to think of an equivalent. It's got brown cinnamon sauce. What do you call that?
Cinnamon sugar.
Cinnamon sugar.
Cinnamon sugar. It's almost like a pizza dough. It's that
Yes,
chewy pizza
yes. I can see that pizza dough, yeah. But I think I can safely say, without fear of contradiction, yummy. Stage 2, Norway. Lefse. Which is... Sorry, Roger, what was the lefse again? What was the lefse again? Just...
Potato flatbread with sugar, butter, and cinnamon.
Thank you. Thank you, Roger. Norway, lefse bread. Look at the location again. It's pretty.
Show them the beggar.
Oh yeah, that's always the ubiquitous animal trying to scotch food. Now, if I had my way, I'd introduce orange sauce. Any accents used in the following video are nothing more than a homage to pho, not racist. Here we are. China. The mysterious Orient. Goes he into a very racist voice? I shouldn't speak like that, should I?
Shouldn't. That's
I shouldn't.
terrible.
That's terrible,
You're gonna
isn't
post
it?
that?
I'm going to post that. Yes, I am. I'm going to get all the comments. Yeah, like, bring it on.
I'll be right there flaming you on the first one, dear.
Yeah. So seriously, lychee,
Like
lychee.
you said, Cantonese or Mandarin.
Yeah.
It is
Ice
correct,
cream.
either one.
Absolutely. Ice cream as our dessert around the world. Country 3. So, Elizabeth, lychee ice cream. Would you have it again?
Absolutely. This was wonderful. I am.
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
African outpost. What will we find as we enter the dark and mysterious continent of the African outpost? Actually, I don't think there's anything. We'll have a look.
Frozen slushies and
Okay. Having searched the dark and mysterious African outpost, looking out over the wild and tempestuous waters of World Showcase Lagoon, we came across our only dessert we could find. Lemonade slushy. Frozen lemonade. I don't know if you eat it with a spoon or a straw. We'll soon find out.
I'm prepared.
So, Elizabeth, I noticed that you didn't partake massively of that wonderful slushie. Would you care to elaborate?
After the lychee ice cream, why bother?
A fair and valid point. Very well made. The lychee ice cream was delicious. The lemonade slushy was brain freeze!
Hi-ho! Hi-ho!
Okay, in Germany, what could we possibly have for dessert except apple strudel in front of the statue of St. George?
Here on the Platz.
On the Platz in Deutschland with the big ball beyond. I wonder what happened to that apple strudel. Would you care to comment, madam?
Well, I think we demolished it. It was pretty tasty.
It was tasty. It was very, very apple-y, which is funny with an apple strudel to be apple-y. Your opinion?
I liked it that way. We're going to have plenty of pastry probably.
Oh yeah, there's France coming. Oh my God, there's France coming.
When you wish upon a star.
So, bella Italia. And surprisingly, the obvious dessert of gelato is what we're ending up with. Gelato spumoni, which is chocolate, vanilla, and pistachio. Elizabeth, your professional opinion as a dessert taster.
Well, the chocolate was a little overpowering.
A lot of chocolate in it, I found, yes.
Very nice that it wasn't terribly sweet. Nice and creamy.
Yes, very creamy.
I think a little bit more vanilla would have lightened it.
Yeah, there was only a few blobs of vanilla in amongst it.
And because the chocolate was so much, you just didn't get a lot of other flavor, but it was still very good.
But the pistachio came through. I did enjoy the pistachio.
I did too.
Yes. The 13 flags of the original 13 states. We're in the US of A. Well, in the US of A pavilion. Well, what would you call the pavilion? American pavilion? The American Adventure.
Some people call it the American Hall of Americanness.
The American Hall of Americanness is also what it's called. With an extremely jingoistic but very entertaining show. And we're next to an ice fountain. And we're about to have our peach cobbler, as inspired by Mrs. Fisher's cookbook from the Kinsey collection. All of which we'll discuss later. Japan, mystical, fantastic. It was great to wander around the places I haven't been, especially the garden. But of course the dessert came down to another iced drink thing. Shaved ice with tangerine. Very tasty.
A lot of ice, also a lot of syrup. It was very
Tangerine-y.
Yeah, it was very strong tangerine burst. It was very, very sweet.
This will explain what I'm doing now. Tangerine kakigori. I've forgotten what country it is. No, what country number this is. I know the country. It's Morocco. You can tell from behind me the fantastic Arabic doorway, shut them. Because of course over here you have one of the hidden gems of Walt Disney World. Moroccan style it's called. Basically it's a mini museum with wonderful exhibits and nobody knows about it.
And it's
But of course,
beautifully carved and painted.
but of course we're here to eat around the world. Desserts, and we're on to the next one. Dun, dun, dun. We're in Morocco, so it is
Baklava. This one's pistachio, so I'm more accustomed to walnut. We'll see how we go.
and I'm tempted to break into song, and if I start singing fantastically well, you know I've put it on tape. 43 seconds later, I finished. My professional opinion. First off, the baklava was very dry. I'm used to my baklava more dripping with syrup. Very tasty. So nice it went down in sub a minute, because it did taste, mind you, when you're sharing desserts, especially with Elizabeth, you don't have to eat that much.
Smart Alec.
Not quite. We're being scrupulous in our both sharing the equal amounts, because it's important that we both complete this mission to eat around the world. So back to this baklava. You've not had a pistachio baklava before.
I've had walnut, I've had chocolate. I like it, but this one, because it doesn't have so much syrup, is almost savory. It's really, you really taste the pistachios, and I like pistachios, so that's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, I've got no problems with it. I mean, as a dessert, it was fantastic. It was small yet sweet, slightly filling, but not sort of a huge amount of ice to wade through, or like the slushy that I had back in thing. So, in your opinion, is this better or worse than the lemonade slushy we had in the African outpost?
Much better. Much better. Absolutely, much better.
So the decision on which is the best dessert in the world is yet to come. Having purchased our desserts from the Tangerine Cafe, we're now leaving Morocco and heading to France. I sense there'll be a problem with France. I sense the decision of which dessert to have will take some time.
It might very well.
After negotiations that would shame the Brexit crew in the UK, we've come to a decision. And what is that decision, Elizabeth?
Creme brulee it is.
Creme brulee. Let's try the creme brulee en France.
Perfect.
Now give it a good tap, tap, tap.
That is what creme brulee is all about.
Okay, the crack is delicious. The caramelized sugar is delicious. The custard, nay, creme inside is delicious. I'm running out of adjectives. It's delicious.
It's rich. It's creamy.
It's delicious. And so to the penultimate country, the United Kingdom. A country of such rich, diverse culinary cuisine, bless you, culinary cuisine, as fish and chips, faggots and Scotch eggs. You'd have thought they could do a decent dessert. They got Victoria sponges, or as we are now going to have, a cup of tea and a bicky. At least it's hot water, dear American friends. Please note it's hot water indeed. But I just thought I'd give you a quick view of the view.
The ubiquitous begging wildlife.
As always. Tea and bicky's time. Dessert, or the nearest thing you can find in the United Kingdom. Biscuits. Please note that these are custard creams. Please try not to die at the price. Custard creams and a cup of tea. Now the correct way to eat a custard cream with a cup of tea is to very carefully remove it from the package, because the integral strength of the biscuit is absolutely required if one is going to dunk. Now if you're not going to dunk, you need to be beheaded. To dunk, hold with fingertip, dip, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 if you're really adventurous. At which point the biscuit dissolves into a mush of tea, goodness and sweetness. They're not as sweet as most things. 1, 2, 3. And I think I've got a splodger.
How far we come, my baby. We might took a long
with our feet aching, batteries in cameras dying, and the night drawing in. Well, it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not really drawing in, but you know what I mean. Don't spoil the dramatic moment. With all these wonderful things happening, we reach our final destination of Canada. And we have our final result, which is something called a
Cronut.
cronut,
It's a croissant donut.
which we will be having with the remains
Of our splodged tea.
of our tea from England for our tea and biscuits. To finish our desserts, now there wasn't any desserts. I suppose the obvious thing to do would be to go into Basilia for a proper meal, to have a proper dessert. Okay, the cronut. An interesting experience. Not high on my list of ones I wish to repeat.
That was.
Did you complete eating around the world?
I did complete eating around the world. I had at least a bite of everything we took.
I can understand why she didn't like it. That is Alberta Bound, a new group I've never heard of before. So, Elizabeth, of all the desserts we've tried, the worst was?
Cronut.
Yes, I agree. I don't know what was wrong with it. It was too oily. It was
too oily. It really, all those layers really soaked up the grease, and I don't think the grease was entirely 100% fresh. And when you get something that soaks up that much, you're going to really taste it if there's any off notes at all.
Yeah. It's a shame, really, because I love Canada. Next time we'll have
They
to...
lost their beaver tails. They lost their best
I
dessert.
know. Beaver tails were awesome. I had those in Nova Scotia, especially.
Yeah. That's what they used to have, a beaver tail stand, and they took it out. So
Yes.
kind of a bummer.
Now for the big killer question. The big killer question. The best dessert. Your top 3.
I'm sticking. Okay, top 3. That's slightly harder.
Yes,
I'll do
it
the
is.
Top 2 very quickly. Let me think about my third.
Okay.
Um,
I reckon it's probably going to be the same as with my little list here. I'll go first then. My
very
top 3.
possibly.
My top 3, in order that I ate them, were the lychee ice cream, the peach cobbler from American Hall of Americanness. I was thinking about that. The reason I think I liked it is because it's not something I've had. You know, peaches to
Right.
us in England are very exotic. You know, you hardly ever have them. And to have a cobbler, which I suppose is the nearest thing to a crumble we've
It's a
got,
crumb.
and it was just, I loved it. I'm very happy with it. And of course, my third one was the creme
easy.
brulee.
Oh, yeah. And those are definitely my top 3 as well. I had to think about the crumble for a minute,
Yeah.
but it was definitely farther up than any of the rest of them. So
Oh, yeah.
I would actually order them. Number 3 is the crumble.
Yep.
Peach cobbler.
Yeah, the cobbler. Definitely. I'll go for that.
Yep. Number 2 is the creme brulee.
Ooh, controversial.
I know. As I told you on the day, I
Yeah.
think part of it with the lychee ice cream is the surprise.
Yep. I wasn't expecting
when
it.
you get handed this little plastic tub of ice cream and you're thinking, oh, it's pre-made, pre-packaged. But it was just so good.
Oh, wasn't it
The
just?
creamy,
Oh,
so creamy. And the lychee came through beautifully.
tons and tons and tons of lychee. Oh, it was lovely. Oh,
Right, but again, it didn't. You still got that cream. You still got that wonderful fatty cream that melted so beautifully. So yeah, it's my number 1.
yes, and unfortunately, I have to agree with you. The creme brulee would ordinarily be my favourite choice because the creme brulee in France
Yeah, it was
was
phenomenal.
exceptional. It was very, very good. And the fact had so much discussion,
was.
we ended up talking with the CM about which one would you recommend over that and the cherry tart or whatever. What was the correct term for that? The cherry tart that we were debating. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, it would be tarte de cerise.
Yeah, that's not what he called it. Oh, it doesn't matter. But no, that was gorgeous. But I think for the sheer wow factor, it was unexpected. It was delicious. It would have to be the lychee ice cream.
It's a treat that you can get that's not a big splurge. That's
No.
Shine bright, don't